Howdy everyone, Young Voltage, and I was just out walking the dogs and I came back to find this. Ending the channel, Smash Bracket. This is by far one of my biggest reactions that I do often now because I really love watching it, but I feel the need that I need to react to this and see what this is about.
Hey y'all, it's Ink here. Welcome to the first official episode of Smash Brackets. I wish that this was clickbait. It's not, which sucks. I know that there's a lot of people out there who love our channel and a lot of
Like
people
me, for
who
example, I really love this
really
channel.
hate our channel. And I imagine between each of them, none of them would have hoped it ends quite like this. But before I go into the details, let me go into what this is and what this isn't. First off, this isn't the end of all videos right this second.
Okay.
What it is the end of production for us right now. We're not going to be making any more videos internally. So once we've caught up on our backlog.
So that means Luigi versus Simon's going to be done very late, guaranteed. So I'll have something to watch in that.
And we've shown you everything we have. That's going to be the end of it.
Also, King Boo versus Gengar is also going to happen then.
Instead of a next time trailer, you will see thanks for watching or something like that. It's also unclear right now if we're going to have a full analysis for the videos or if it's going to be shortened to just the animations. That's still up in the air. We're still working that out. Don't be surprised if you only see the animations.
I won't be,
now,
honestly.
I want to go into some detail about what's going on. I imagine you're curious.
Yes, I really am.
To get some answers. And I've got them for you.
I'm gonna guess one of them is probably revenue. They don't have enough money to keep working on these animations because these things are very flashy and they've got to be very expensive to hire the animators to make stuff that are these quality kind of stuff. That's a guess that I have.
Last November, I got really sick. Really sick to the point that I was essentially disabled. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed.
That's not good.
I was hallucinating. I almost went to the hospital. I was just awful. Constant panic attacks and just was not doing good. And I was in a state like that for like 2 months constantly.
Oh dear.
And it was hell. I hated it. I don't recommend it. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. I went on to find out that year that I have something called bipolar disorder. There are a lot of misconceptions as to what bipolar disorder is or isn't. I imagine most of you have heard of it. Like people say, oh, you're being so bipolar right now, meaning like you're happy 1 minute, sad the next, or things like that. That's not what it is. It's a lot worse than that. Turns out it sucks. I don't want to go into too much personal detail here, but bipolar disorder is something that affects 1 to 2% of the population. And of that 1 to 2%, 68% will attempt to take their life, up to 68%, depending on what statistic you're looking at.
Oh no.
And of those people, up to 25% of them will be successful, which is not great.
Please don't try that.
Knowing the warning signs and understanding
bipolar disorder symptoms. Bipolar disorders include manic episodes, feeling overly happy for long periods of time, talking with very fast and racing thoughts. Well, I'm just natural like that. Becoming easily distracted. I usually don't become distracted that easily. Having overconfidence in abilities. I'm never like that. Only in Mario games I'm overconfident in my abilities and then I get put in my place. Engaging in a risky behavior, gambling. Seriously. Includes depression episodes, feeling bad or hopeless for a long period of time, significant changes in appetite, thinking about or attempting suicide, feeling fatigue or lack of energy, problems with memory and concentration.
When you have it or when your loved ones have it is vital in preventing that. I am a big believer in destigmatizing mental health, and so I want to take just a minute to go over what it does look like and what it is, as well as why it stopped me specifically from being able to create YouTube videos. So, first things first, what is bipolar disorder? it's not happy one minute, sad the next. It is broken up into two states of being. One is depression, which is what it sounds like. People online are generally really good about destigmatizing depression. Um, and another one is called mania. And mania is a strange feeling. It makes you feel better than you ever have in your entire life until it doesn't, and it ruins your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with depression. It's kind of what it sounds like. I mean, it makes it you can't get out of bed. You
I
feel
know most of the
awful.
stuff because
You
I have a friend that's
feel
bipolar disorder.
low. You just don't feel like yourself.
When they're suffering this kind of state of the depression part, I usually help them out
For me, it
myself.
feels like there's just a blanket of gray over everything. I can't get out of bed. It's just not good. People generally are really good, like I said, about destigmatizing depression. I haven't run into anyone who doesn't know what that is. People are less good online about destigmatizing more serious conditions, not out of any malicious intent, just because people don't talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
like mania or bipolar. Mania, for example, comes with psychotic features which people don't talk about. Uh, I remember the very first time I had an episode, I thought that I heard. I literally thought I heard the frickin' devil talking to me, and there were like shadows in my vision and things like that.
Oh.
I was panicking because generally that doesn't happen. That's not normal.
Yeah, I would think that.
And then a few years later, when I got really sick, I had assumed I had some religious awakening then or something like that. But a few years later, when I got really sick, it became a lot more obvious to me something was going on with this mania. I worked on Smash Bracket. YouTube and Smash Bracket specifically are really tied to how I found out that I have bipolar disorder.
Because of stress, I
I
think.
would work for 5 days straight on a video, literally 5 days straight, not taking a single break, not taking care
Sleeplessness.
of myself, just editing full time, nonstop. Best I ever have, hardly needing really anything besides editing. And then I would work myself so hard I would pass out and go to the hospital. And then every time I'd post a video, I'd fall into a steep depression, and that cycle would repeat itself, where I get that manic energy and then the depression.
Because you got the project done, and
Each time you have one of these manic phases, it gets worse and worse. At least for me, it does. And it got to the point, like I mentioned, where each day I was having endless panic attacks. I was having psychotic features of seeing shadows or being convinced that my house was falling apart or things like
perfectly
that.
fine to me.
I was not doing good. And so many people have it so much worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like thinking that they're God and thinking they have superpowers and spending all of their money, things like that.
Gambling.
Luckily, mine hasn't been that bad. But I have had to walk a really, really tight balance of what I am and am not able to do. And one of the things I'm not able to do is expose things that I make to hundreds of thousands of people, it turns out, or tens of thousands, or even dozens of people. It's a huge trigger for me to go into an episode. And it has been since the very start. I didn't have the vocabulary to describe it at first. But like I mentioned, I would post something and I just got unwell really, really badly. It got really bad in November, and right now I've gotten more stable. But my medical care team has told me that they don't believe I'll ever be at a place where I'm healthy enough to make videos again, even if I get stable elsewhere in my life. And I think that they're actually right about that, which really sucks. So that unfortunately means I can't make videos. That's been something I've been doing for 5 years now. It's something I love. It's something I adore. It's something I have lived for. Like you don't work 5 days straight on something unless you love it. I know that there's controversy around our videos.
I wonder
on if people like them or don't like them.
Could someone else pick up the project you've been doing, Inc? I actually think that's a possibility for Smash Bracket to continue, but not have you yourself do it. Because if it's hurting you personally, then that's not a good idea to keep doing it yourself. But there are other people who are probably willing to help you, I know for a fact. because you've helped lots of people, and I'm pretty sure other people want to help you back.
But I hope it's apparent that on every single video, I put my entire self into
I can
it.
tell that,
So
honestly.
did our entire team. This is so much bigger than just me. It's a team of 30 plus people, I think, who have all come together on each video to make each one work. It's not an easy space to create in. It kind of sucks to create in sometimes. It's really fulfilling, but it's rough. And it just sucks. It sucks to not be able to make them anymore, but I got to keep myself healthy. I got to keep myself from... I got to still be able to battle this illness, and it's something that there's not a cure for. It's something that won't go away.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I'll have to deal with the rest of my life, and
Which really does suck.
so I really wish that I could say this was a pause. I really wish I could say that we'll come back. It is unfair and it sucks, and I know that this has grown so much bigger than me. There's people who watch these videos with their parents or with their siblings or with their friends,
Or react to these
there's
stuff.
people who have made fan art or fan videos or predictions or reactions, and there have been people who have come on the team and left from the...
I've reacted since the very first video. I was one of the top 100. I was one of the first 90 subscribers in this entire channel. Honestly, I've been here ever since it started with Link versus Ridley in the first episode. Well, actually, the first episode that I actually watched was Mewtwo versus was Red versus Ganondorf.
Animators and researchers and writers, like this is huge. It's so much bigger than myself,
Mhm.
and it sucks that it has to come down. But like I said, it's a life-threatening disorder, and I got to take care of myself. So I hope that's understandable. It's been a wild ride, and I've been so thankful for it. We're still going to be posting some videos until we run out of our backlog. Once we post our last one, you'll see a video screen that says thanks for watching, and that will be it. And really, genuinely, thank you for watching, and thank you for coming this far with me and letting this channel be a thing. It's been my dream for years to be a YouTuber, and now that I've been able to, I don't know, it's like a dream come true, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without each and every one of you. So thank you so much, and I wish all you the best. I hope that you enjoy our upcoming videos, and when they're done, I hope that you all just live your absolute best lives.
You do your best too, Ink. You know, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. They actually did pretty good in their time they were doing this, because they made it to 35k subscribers. They were going for a long time, honestly. I never knew this a long time that they've been doing this. Bye-bye.